everyone. I'm your host, Heather Dawson, and welcome to RC Spotlight, an exciting program highlighting businesses here in Rancho Cucamonga. Just another reason to work, play, and live in our beautiful city. Well, April is known for showers and taxes. Small businesses in Rancho Cucamonga have a new source of assistance for sales and use tax services. The Rancho Cucamonga Taxpayer Service Center just opened its doors, and Marco Gutierrez takes us to the ribbon cutting and grand opening ceremony.
The Board of Equalization has opened a new Taxpayer Service Center in Rancho Cucamonga, and Senator George Runner was there to cut the ribbon, marking the grand opening of the new service center.
The purpose of having an office here is to assist small businesses as they develop and work and grow in their business, particularly as it relates to sales and use tax and their ability to collect it and file their collections. And again, answer any questions. Our goal is to try to make it as easy as possible for them and answer questions, help them move to compliance.
George Runner and local dignitaries welcomed guests and talked about how the center will be a great resource to San Bernardino County business. In 2013, Rancho Cucamonga added over 1,200 businesses and renewed over 6,000 business licenses.
Yeah, I think it's obvious that the Inland Empire needs to have a presence. Obviously, a lot of growing businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs, and so that's why we selected this area.
The new center will feature 4 self-service kiosks that allow taxpayers to conveniently complete transactions and make payments. Taxpayers will have access to free tax help, as well as basic sales and use tax classes, and tax return preparation help for small business owners, entrepreneurs, and nonprofit organizations.
This is for their filing and information about what's taxable, what isn't. They not only can come in here, but if they'll go to our website too, they can also then arrange for us to come have a taxpayer service person come out and look at what it is that they are doing in their business to assist them on how it is that they might properly be collecting and remitting sales tax.
The new center services approximately 30,000 accounts. Revenue collected helps support schools, hospitals, police, roads, and a host of other essential services. You could learn more by visiting the California State Board of Equalization website. Reporting for RC Spotlight, I'm Marco Gutierrez.
Well, for the last 10 years, the Lewis Family Playhouse and the Rancho Cucamonga Community Theater has opened the curtain for the stage for community members to be inspired and reach for dreams ignited by their love of performing arts. In that first decade, the Lewis Family Playhouse has hosted a number of outstanding productions and dozens of inspirational performers. David Wiley looks at one of these performers who is reaching for the stars.
Perhaps one of the most inspirational stories to come out of the Lewis Family Playhouse is that of Jaden Young. She started singing and acting professionally at the age of 7, but it was in 2012 that she was cast in the lead role of the Rancho Cucamonga Community Theater production of Annie. Audiences were blown away, and not surprisingly, a short time later, Jaden was cast in the Broadway revival of Annie, both as an orphan and as Annie herself. She credits her work on the Rancho Cucamonga production for helping her land the Broadway role.
Her name is Annie. She was born on October 28th.
My experience here really helped me with my Broadway audition for the 2012 revival of Annie, because I was in the middle of tech rehearsal for the Annie production here, and I played the part of Annie, so I was really immersed in the role of Annie, and I just really was able to bring that character out in the audition, because I was pretty mature 24/7, like even at home and just like with my friends. I pretty much was Annie because that was all I was surrounded by for like a while.
Jaden has been singing since she was 3 years old and has developed a real love for the musical Annie. So it was the recommendation of friends that led her to first try out for the role of Annie in the Rancho Cucamonga production of the musical.
I found out about Lewis Family Playhouse through friends that have done shows here, and At the time, I was completely like obsessed with Annie, the show basically. So my mom and I were trying to find places that were doing it so I could play my dream role as Annie. And my friends, like I said, have done a bunch of shows here and they really loved their experiences here. So they suggested this and gave us a heads up when they were having auditions, and I just came out and tried out, hoping for the best.
Well, her hopes came true. She got her big break at the audition when her performance caught the eye of Lewis Family Playhouse's Patrick Hedeker.
Patrick saw in her something nobody else had seen at that point and gave her the opportunity to play Annie, and she just kind of rose with it. And I remember clearly, probably one of the first nights I saw it performed here at the theater, and it was like the first time we kind of like went, oh my God, she really has something here.
I love performing here at Lewis Family Playhouse because it's such a homely environment and everyone is just so nice, and it just really feels like a big family here.
And with the help of the experience she gained with that family here in Rancho, she was propelled to Broadway. And by being part of that Broadway production, Jaden has reached a level many performers can only dream about. But she says the Lewis Family Playhouse was key to her success and the success of other performers.
I've worked in a lot of different theaters, and looking back on all the theaters I've worked in, this is definitely one of my favorites because it's so fun and professional at the same time. Like from the sound guys, from the makeup people, the hair people, the wardrobe, it's just so professional but still fun. And I'm just so thankful for whoever thought of creating this building and this program, because without them, me and a lot of other kids wouldn't have gotten an amazing opportunity.
Jaden's run on Broadway in Annie has come to an end, but she continues to perform. Now age 15, Jaden is touring in a two-girl act called Together at Last with Annie alum Emma Howard. But ultimately, Jaden wants to return to Broadway.
My future plans are ultimately to move back to New York and just live my life on Broadway and or TV and film, because I just really love acting and dancing and singing. They've been my passion since I was like 3 or 4, and they've never really faded, so I don't plan to do really anything else. I don't really have a plan B.
But with talent like Jaden's and support from her family and the team here at Lewis Family Playhouse, her dream could be just a day away. From the Lewis Family Playhouse, I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
Well, now it's time to get a closer look at the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber.
Hi, my name is Maribel Brown. I am the President Chair of the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce. I welcome you here tonight. It's our State of the City address, Rancho Cucamonga, Leading by Innovation.
The Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce is a very professional organization. It's dedicated, and with the leadership of Maribel Brown, as well as the other board members, and even in the past, we are situated to be a very successful organization. We work hand in hand with the city, and we do our very best to promote a healthy business environment in the city, and I think we've done a very good job, and we're looking to a very bright future working together also.
Well, I'm a chamber board member, and I'm the general manager of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball team.
Greg Bradbourne, I'm CEO for Inland Empire United Way and also a Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce board member.
The State of the City not only lets the business leaders in our area, but also the community know what's going on in our city. It lets you know what our accomplishments have been and what the vision is going to be. I'm very proud to be a director of the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce, and we look forward to this annual event every year.
We promote businesses to each other, and we help the vitality of Rancho Cucamonga with their economic development, and we work closely with the city.
You know, we're trying something new tonight, and I hope that the format is really, really good and that we can use this format elsewhere. It's a great format. I hope we get more people to talk to and exchange ideas. Myself, I'm bringing several guests who are not city members, but we want to get them into the city, so I'm hoping that the networking tonight is going to be great.
This is an exciting opportunity tonight to work with the Chamber of Commerce. They do such an excellent job in bringing everyone together to celebrate the events, the programs, what we've done in the past, and what we plan to do in the future. So I'm looking forward to hearing the state of the city and what our mayor has planned for us as a council, our city manager, all of the departments, and so this is a great night.
Yeah, I mean, I think the chamber functions, every year. I mean, we're advocating for small business in the community and giving a voice to those businesses like ours, and then also, giving back, which is something that Greg's real good at, and we follow his lead. And then there's been some first-class events, put on for the purpose of letting businesses mingle with each other and further each other's businesses right here in our own community, which we're excited about. And no different than tonight, we're looking forward to this event and another really unique, way to support the community and hopefully help business prosper.
It's a nonprofit organization. Our mission is to provide community outreach, promote business to community. I hope you all feel proud to be part of this great organization. Please let us know how we can help you expand your business, answer any questions that you might have, or how we can make this community and the business community more successful. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate your support. Please keep supporting our events. We have 5 events a year: the State of the City, the golf tournament, police and fire recognition, installation gala, and our business celebration. Good evening. The Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. The Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with the City of Rancho Cucamonga, presents the 2016 State of the City Address, Rancho Cucamonga, Leading by Innovation. My name is Maribel Brown. I am the President Chair of the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce.
April showers bring May flowers, so let's head to Red Hill Park for a special celebration.
You can call it a revival of a familiar landmark. What was once known as Red Hill Lake at the Red Hill Park here in Rancho Cucamonga has now been renamed and reopened as the Red Hill Water Feature.
What a beautiful lake, but now we're going to refer to it as a water feature because it has a purpose.
It stood for years as a picturesque backdrop that many had used for their keepsake photos. But the combination of funding challenges for its upkeep caused the lake to be drained and closed in 2014, only to now be brought back to life, much to the delight of local officials.
We have rededicated this water feature, and it's hard for me not to call it a lake because that's what I've always referred to it as. But if you look behind me, this water feature now is here to serve a purpose, not only for people to have wedding pictures and family photo.
The unique new aspect to the water feature will be the use of recycled water that will be part of the park's normal irrigation system. But the revival of the water feature will also prime the pump for local businesses. As you can be sure, local photographers and videographers will once again flock to Red Hill in order to capture the special moments for local residents celebrating their special occasions.
It's wonderful watching the evolution of this park go from being vital and then on hiatus for just a short time to get repaired, and then to come back full force and beautiful again, as if it never left. It really is beautiful to see the effects of this park.
Under some Chamber of Commerce weather, the Red Hill Water Feature saw a nice turnout of residents who were quite pleased to see this old familiar face return to the community with a new look and a new purpose. And you can be sure that the reopening of this water feature will create a new and special buzz about an old familiar landmark and possibly spark more life into our local economy. For RC Spotlight, this is J.R. Ibarra.
A celebrity love fest has caught the attention of Billboard magazine and has gone viral, all to help animals and children. Here's more.
The Rancho Cucamonga Animal Care and Adoption Center has been getting some very welcome attention recently thanks to a burgeoning recording artist and his celebrity friends. Officials got quite a surprise when they discovered that singer-songwriter Keaton Simons was donating proceeds from his latest single, The Way It Goes, to two groups, including the Adoption Center.
Keaton Simons had posted on his Twitter account that he was going to be donating proceeds from his new single, The Way It Goes, back to the Animal Center, as well as a children's charity event. And so it was picked up by a numerous amount of celebrities and spread, and so it put our name and our hashtag RC Animal Center, out to millions of people, which was just incredible to see that happen.
And a number of celebrities retweeted Keaton's tweet about the Adoption Center, including Lance Bass, David Duchovny, and Chris Daughtry. Following all the attention from his tweet, Keaton recently visited and toured the Animal Care and Adoption Center, getting an up-close look at all the services the center provides, including spay and neutering. And of course, he met the animals, including the center's mascot, Mr. Piggles, and the tiny kittens in the kitten nursery.
I really love this facility. I think that what everyone does here is extraordinary. It's equal opportunity. They take pit bulls, they take all different animal species. You saw the bunny rabbits. Oh my God. And that's it. It's local, it's close to home, and what an amazing community we have here.
As part of his visit, Keaton performed a couple of his songs, broadcasting live on the social media site Periscope.
Every day, friends and lovers grow like flowers, make mistakes. Spend your hours living it down. Life's a game, journey for us inside out. But no doubt, no doubt.
It was a lot of fun for us. I know staff was excited and our volunteers were excited because we got to hear his music and learn a little bit about him and what he does and his passion for animals and children, and just an overall great humanitarian. So we were excited to have him. But then on the flip side, we got to tell our message about how we care for animals and the programs that we do. And being a small shelter, we don't often get that opportunity to put our namesake out to a broad audience and really showcase the good work that we do. And so it was a great time to see that others get to know about who we are and what our message is and how they can help animals, either help through us or closer to them where they may live.
And even as Keaton performed, visitors continued touring the Animal Care and Adoption Center, looking for that special pet.
We've been to this shelter before and thinks that it's great, and so we came out again just browsing, looking for a family pet.
Black.
A black one?
Yeah.
And if you share a passion for caring for animals and want to support the Rancho Cucamonga Animal Care and Adoption Center, you can help by going to iTunes and downloading Keaton Simons' new single.
This is Keaton Simons. Download my new single, The Way It Goes. Proceeds go to benefit the Rancho Cucamonga Animal Care and Adoption Center. Go get it right now, guys. Mwah!
With Keaton Simons at the Animal Care and Adoption Center, I'm David Wiley. The gym at Los Osos High School was the site for the 7th annual Hoops for Hope basketball tournament. This year's event featured teams from various fire departments, law enforcement agencies, and businesses throughout the Inland Empire and Southern California, all coming together to raise money for local cancer programs. The idea for the tournament came a number of years ago when Los Osos High School basketball coach Dave Smith met Ontario Fire Department Battalion Chief Chip Smith while they were both undergoing treatment for stage 4 colorectal cancer.
Well, it started out as an idea of, raising money for cancer awareness. I met a fireman, Chip Smith, while I was going through chemotherapy, and we both had the same cancer. And so I came up with an idea of doing something, and this is what kind of grew out of it.
Sadly, Chip Smith never got to see the Hoops for Hope tournament. He passed away on the night of the very first event in 2010. Still, his friends and family say he would have been honored by all that has been done in his memory.
And Chip would have been honored, so honored with this. He loved these fire guys. And for them to honor him this way, and Dave Smith and all the committee, has just been really touching to me.
While that's where the Hoops for Hope tournament began, today it is so much more, touching many lives and even becoming a rallying point for local high school students who are fighting cancer.
This year we got a lot of the student cancer support groups, especially from Rancho and Los Osos this year. And boy, I'll tell you, them coming in on those planning meetings and hearing their fight, some of them fighting cancer right now, just, puts things into perspective. So a lot of this is awareness for cancer, of course, raising money to help fight cancer, but just celebrating the lives of these kids, even that are fighting cancer right now, a pretty big deal.
And there is little doubt that the Hoops for Hope tournament has had a big impact. Over the first 7 years, the tournament has managed to raise more than $100,000 for local cancer programs, including the cancer program at San Antonio Community Hospital. And the reach of the tournament is expanding. A team from Long Beach won this year's tournament, marking the first time a team from outside the Inland Empire has won. But the real winners are those who support Hoops for Hope and the cancer patients who benefit from the generous donations made possible by the tournament. From Los Osos High School, I'm David Wiley. For the first 70 years of the last century, the region that is now Rancho Cucamonga was primarily used for agriculture. The communities of Alta Loma, Etiwanda, and Cucamonga were home to acres and acres of vineyards that supported the numerous area wineries, as well as citrus and nut orchards, and even local canning and bottling operations.
The city had basically the major rail line, which was the Pacific Electric Rail, that went up to Alta Loma and Etiwanda so that there could have packing houses there along the rail to get out produce to other locations.
But by the 1970s, families from LA and Orange County started moving to the area seeking affordable housing. By 1975, there were concerns about how the region was growing and how it would develop in the future. So area leaders formed the Tri-Community Incorporation Committee to push for cityhood. And in late 1977, voters approved incorporation and the city of Rancho Cucamonga was created with an initial population of about 44,000. And it was that first city council that really set the stage for future development in Rancho Cucamonga.
In the early 80s, the city actually created their first general plan, and at that time, it was the city with a plan. They really wanted to look at the opportunities throughout the community and plan for the best possible development. So at that time, they started looking at where the major commercial development should be, where existing residential uses were, and how to identify the best locations to keep compatibility between those different types of uses.
That plan set out clear guidelines for how the city would be developed for a multitude of uses.
It was identified in the north end that there should be mostly residential in the north end with some small neighborhood commercial centers, and that along Foothill Boulevard would be the major commercial, which was also Route 66. Later then, they looked at creating an office corridor along Haven Avenue and then industrial in the southern portion of the city.
With that plan from the first city council and the guidance and expertise of city staff, Rancho Cucamonga began developing large-scale housing in the mid-1980s.
For instance, Terra Vista Planned Community was developed, which had a multitude of different types of housing opportunities, including multifamily, single-family, as well as a very large commercial complex.
With the housing boom in the 1980s, Rancho Cucamonga's population exploded to more than 100,000 residents by 1990. So the 1990s brought a plethora of new projects to Rancho, including a new civic center, the Epicenter Baseball Stadium where the Quakes play, as well as the Empire Lakes Golf Course, a new library, and a new animal center. It was also at this time that the city set aside areas for industrial use, mostly south of Arrow Highway. By the early 2000s, the city's general plan was updated once again for creation of the 103-acre Central Park, development of the popular Pacific Electric Trail, and the massive 1.3 million square foot Victoria Gardens Mall. Today, Rancho Cucamonga covers more than 40 square miles and is home to more than 170,000 residents. And while development continues, there is a slightly different approach.
We still have some developable land but not as much as we used to. So the city has changed in terms of how we're going to develop the rest of the community. We're looking at development that's more compatible with existing development in that area.
Rancho Cucamonga has certainly come a long ways in its first 35 years or so, but it is a city with a plan, and that careful planning early on can be credited for the successes of today.
I think early on identifying the plan for the city was very important because it really created the community identity that we have today. And one of those was to have great education opportunities, good community facilities, great services, and that's what we've done through the build out of the city and through the general plan. That's why people do move to the city, because of those services and the education opportunities that we have here in Rancho.
In Rancho Cucamonga, I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
And that wraps up this edition of RC Spotlight, where we showcase how to live, work, and play in Rancho Cucamonga. If you tuned in late, don't worry. You can watch RC Spotlight on Channel 3 at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day except for Wednesday, and online at thecityofrc.us. I'm Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arts-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
It's fun to sing,
Zippity zip zip zin zin zin.
dance, and play music every day.
Yeah, go for it!
Doing something artistic inspires creativity and helps you succeed in school and life.
Hooray!
Play music, paint, and dance together as a family.
Come on, team!
Blast off with the arts.
Blast off!
For 10 ways to add the arts into your life, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you. Bobby? Susie? Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
It's fun to sing,
Zippity zip zip zin zin zin.
dance, and play music every day.
Yeah, go for it!
Doing something artistic inspires creativity and helps you succeed in school and life.
Hooray!
Play music, paint, and dance together as a family.
Come on, team!
Blast off with the arts.
Blast off!
For 10 ways to add the arts into your life, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arts-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks.
So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.